Hello and welcome to Smite Team Fighting School. Today I'll be looking at assassins. Since this is the first video in the series, I'll start by going over some preliminary notes, after which I'll get into the meat of the video. Finally, I'll wrap up by going over some video clips to illustrate some of the points I've made. Okay, so before we get started, I want to make some things clear. This video will place a focus on Conquest, as it's the mode I spend most of my time in. That's not to say that themes covered here won't apply to other modes, especially Arena and Assault, with a little adaptation. It's important to note that I'm not a pro. Use my pointers as a guide as opposed to fixed rules. In a game like Smite that's constantly evolving, there's no concrete right and wrongs that apply in all situations. This video's focus is team fighting. Topics covered don't necessarily apply to lane ganks or small skirmishes, but they can do. At the end of the guide, I'll be showing some clips. These videos will be taken from my games or games from people on my friends list. The mistakes made in these videos are not intended to shame. I can guarantee that I've made much worse plays than anyone else I show. So, why bother making a team fighting guide? I'm sure we've all experienced assassins that initiate into a team of 5, promptly getting blown to pieces. Or the ADC players who think they're Rambo. I've been both of these people at one point. Knowledge of what your role is in a team fight can take a good player and make them great. Knowledge can exponentially raise a player's ability regardless of their mechanical prowess. Assassins are the janitors of Smite. They come in and clean up the mess everyone else has made. As any good janitor will tell you, you can't clean up if there's no mess, i.e. health bars are full and krakens are up. Assassins have to have a selfish mentality. Entering a team fight too early can potentially throw the fight or even the game. Your main job is to focus the squishies. You're only allowed to initiate and blow your kit if an enemy squishy is way out of position, but only when conditions are favourable. So how does an assassin team fight? Surprise is the most overpowered tool in any assassin's kit. Try not to always be in the enemy's line of sight. Flank them, enter from the side, don't run straight up to them with 5 eyes on you. When I'm playing a mid or an ADC, I always try to keep tabs on the enemy assassin. Can I see them in front of me? Can I see them in the minimap? Should I save my Caledonian boar for that sneaky Cali who wants my booty? As I mentioned earlier, you need to be selfish. Wait for the enemy to blow big cooldowns. Pray that they use their beads. Experience will guide you regarding when is too early to enter and when is too late, but you can never truly know. Go with your gut, don't second guess yourself in the heat of battle. The role of the assassin does not change based on how well they're doing. A 0-5 Cali still wants to kill squishies as much as a 10-0 Arachne. The only thing that might change is how early or late you enter the fray. You may be thinking about some of the great teamfighting ults assassins have in their kit. They do, but that still doesn't mean that they can initiate into 5. That Baka will get blown up if he 6 up onto 5 enemies before his Geb has even considered a blink. A very important concept for assassins is that of entry and re-entry. Don't feel the need to stay in every fight till your last breath. Remember, you can always leave the fight and re-enter when conditions are more in your favour. This is especially relevant to assassins that can heal from their kit or itemization, for example Bakasura or Fenrir. These gods can be terrifying and drawn out engagements in which they can leap out of danger before entering a handful of seconds later with a renewed health bar. Even if you don't have any self-heal, re-engaging with all your cooldowns back up can snuff out any hopes that enemies may have had. The last point I want to cover before moving on to video clips is the aggressive use of movement abilities. I often see people swear by saving their jumps for escape, but in the real world it just isn't practical all the time. There comes a point when you have to commit. Indecision killed the Bastet. My rule of thumb is this: if they see you, jump on them, go ham. If they don't see you, feel free to save the jump. Walking up to that Rama that turned around to see you coming from the back usually means you'll be dead before your first auto scratches the Smurf. Jumping on his face often leads to a different tale. Let's look at some clips. In this first clip, some key points are entering from the side, playing from behind, saving a phoenix, and playing for small victories. So in this game we're 10k behind. As Bakasura, I gave up first blood to Hercules. Everyone in my team apart from me has a negative KD. The enemy got an uncontested fire giant while I was dead. I've just respawned and they're already tearing the team down. Okay, so Neith is dead. Sylvanas is dropped. I can't go straight in there head on, or I'm just going to get blown up. Ymir uses his freeze and ultimate just there. I'm round the side. I wait. Kali's jumped. I need to commit now. I ultimate. Probably not the best positioning on the ultimate. Not the best target selection, but I did hit Ymir. The Phoenix is focusing Ymir, so Ymir's going to drop. Now got to get Kali. Kali's dropped. I go back in there. Nice minion to heal up. I eat a Scylla ult because I'm bad and I panic jump away. Neith is coming back up, so I'm trying to stall for time because the Phoenix is near dead. Neith comes in. Phoenix is up. Boom, she gets Hercules. I'm back in the fountain, healing up. And we save the Phoenix. Scylla's running away. Boom. So we're 10k behind, but we're still in the game. Clip 2 is from the same game. We're 2 Fire Giants and 3 Gold Furies down. Okay, so we're 36, nearly 37 minutes into that game, into the same game. So I'm looking to enter the fight from the side. They do see me. I kind of back off. I do have beads and jump if I need to get out there. If they did catch me out, I'm still kind of messing about around the outside of the fight. I'm kind of flirting with them. They have to consider me. They have to think about me. They don't know where I am necessarily. Ymir's going forward. He went for the blink. He blinked our backline. That means I have to go in their backline now. I'm a bit slow, but I aggressively jump. Boom. Nice fearless by Tyr on that Scylla. Scylla gets melted. And her, I don't know if that was a misclick or what, but he jumps in place, gives me an easy kill. Now I get really greedy for Kali. I run straight at her. Boom, she ults. Herc smacks me. I have a really slow reaction time beads, but it doesn't matter. I'm out of there. Tyr's able to pick it up. I go and I'm going to heal off the back harpies. Nice, and obviously I decide to farm because gotta get that gold. Don't know if that was the best decision, but hey, all the time my eat minion is coming off cooldown, so I'm slowly catching up to my team. There's an enemy ward. I place a ward, place another ward. Why not? I need to inflate my ward stats. Eat a minion. This time I decide not to farm and I actually decide to help my team. I come back in. This Hercules is going to get melted by me. Death. Ymir. Gonna die. No more Ymir. Bye, Ymir. Bye. Middle Phoenix is gonna get dropped. Middle Phoenix dead. Titan dead. And we win that game. The game is not over till the enemy Titan is dead. Let's look at the scores at the end of that game. For my team, only myself and Neith were positive, 15-4 and 9-7 respectively. Neith really came online, because see that earlier clip? She was 2-4, but there, 9-7. If you'd raged at her earlier when she was 2-4 and we were in the enemy team had Fire Giant, the game might have not turned out the same. If you raged at Sylvanas earlier, he might have just started to throw, but no, he keeps trying, and in the end we win the game. Doesn't matter, he's 1-11. We kill the enemy Titan. That's all that matters. That's also something to consider if you're doing badly. Don't worry about it. If someone BMs you, just mute them immediately. Just keep on trying and try to make yourself as carryable as possible. Not every lane's going to win. It's just statistically stupid for that to happen, and it shouldn't happen. That's why matchmaking does work. Not every lane should win. It's either up to you to minimise the damage you're doing to your team or abuse any kind of lead you have in your lane. Some games you carry, sometimes you get carried. And how hard you carry or how easy you make yourself to be carried, that's what counts. That's what matters. And that's not really relevant to assassin team fighting. That's me just getting passionate. Clip 3's from a different game. I'm Artemis and I've had a bad start. I went 0-3 in lane and I'm a little demoralised. I can't remember how I died, but I'm guessing the 9-3 Bastet and the enemy team had something to do with it. However, my team are doing well. I recover from my early failure by correctly playing my role. The enemy Bakasura made it easy for me to get back in the game by always being the first one in the fight. Okay, so Bakasura just running about in the front line there. Our whole team can see him. We know where he is entirely. He's telegraphing his position to us. Finally, he decides to go to the side, but only because he sees Thor. There, we see Thor. Thor's slippery. Thor's got Aegis. I come in with the pig. That's the team fight over. Bakasura suicided. Now it's just clean up patrol from here on out. Sorry for the crazy video quality. Yep. One bad play. One bad assassin play. Boom. That's the team fight. It's just clean up. The enemy team don't have a chance. Because look, Thor's perfectly healthy. Not much point showing the rest of this team fight. Why not? Just to show us cleaning up. I've got my Duke shoes on for Rama, and I run into the ult he was aiming, I'm guessing at Thor. Or either he might have meant to hit me, I don't know. My Duke shoes weren't good. Okay, we're just rushing forward. and makes it easy for us. And that's just a victory in so many fronts, right? It's a victory from... I mean, you don't want to get Artemis fed, because, I mean, I was feeling psychologically at this point, 0-3, I was feeling pretty bad, but just that one dominant team fight, I get some assists, and I'm just mentally and in practical terms, in terms of money, I'm just back in the game from that point on. Let's look at it from my perspective. I'm playing really conservatively because, as I said, I was feeling a bit... I went 0-3 in lane, wasn't feeling great. Whoa, Bakasura jumped the backline onto the slippery Thor for some reason. Thor's got his hammer, he's got Aegis, he's fine. Boom. His teammates have to back Bakasura up. See, the Bleg ult, the Geb ult came in after the Bakasura. In no world is that acceptable. No, and that's not Geb's fault. Now, again, last time, we clean up the team fight, you've seen it, GG. That wraps up this video. I hope you found it useful. I often see assassins wreck the early game but throw in team fights, as they don't know how to convert their fedness into wins by knowing their role in a team fight. I've been Plague Player, and that's been enough of me for one day. I plan to cover ADCs, support tanks, warriors, classic mages and solo mages in later videos. Let me know in the comments what role you want to see next. Thanks for watching.